Hi friends, Simit here from informedtrades.com. In this video, I wanted to give a little review, share my thoughts on a book I recently completed, Secrets of a Stock Exchange Specialist by Primo. I read this book in digital format on my Kindle. First, few thoughts. Let's start with the negative things or the restricting things. This book, Primo is a trader who's been trading for 36 years now. He's a former specialist on the Pacific Stock Exchange, or the now defunct Pacific Stock Exchange. So he's coming from the perspective of an active trader, day trader type thing. If that is not your style, then his book is definitely not for you. If it is for your style, I think this book is worth reading. There were a lot of things I like about it. I've read a lot of trading books. I think this is one of the better ones that I've read. We have a lot of videos from Stephen Primo on Informed Trades on our YouTube channel on informedtrades.com. You can also sample those. The book really reinforces those videos. So if you like those videos, you may want to check out the book. It does come at a price of, or it's available through Amazon for $20. And a lot of the content is, I guess the other thing is, if you watch the videos that we have on YouTube, it's basically the same thing as the book. So what I appreciate the book for is the reinforcement of those concepts. I like reading it and reading it in book format. If you don't want to spend the $20 or you don't really benefit from books, then this obviously isn't for you. One other downside, like I mentioned, I read it on a Kindle, in that if you're reading it in digital format, it's not formatted using the normal Kindle format. So the formatting, it's readable, but it's like reading a PDF on a Kindle. So if you know what I'm talking about, if you ever read a PDF on a Kindle and you've read the actual Kindle books that are formatted for the Kindle, it's a very different experience. Or, I mean, it's just the usability. It looks a lot prettier and it's easier to read when it's formatted for the Kindle. This is not. This is basically reading a PDF. Still readable. You can still read all the charts. The font's a little bit smaller, and it just doesn't look as nice. So that's one issue. For me, it was perfectly acceptable. For some people, it might not be. Another thing I liked about the book, or one of the reasons why I really like it and consider it, one of the best trading books I've read, is that it's really short. It's like 100 pages. Primo really does a great job of keeping it simple. And he reviews a lot of the basic points that we've talked about. You have to be an independent thinker to be a trader. You have to keep your emotions calm. You have to be, you have to have a plan and you have to execute the plan. And that's really, that's the vast majority of trading. You have to be willing to take losses. You can't have an ego that's too big. It's those simple, down-to-earth things that are really, the hardest part of trading. He does, in the book, he does include 3 strategies, and these strategies are complete. They include examples, entry and exit levels, and all of his strategies they basically follow a few basic rules, and we have videos from him on this as well. He trades with the trend, and he defines the trend as the 50-day simple moving average, or 50-period simple moving average. You can use it whatever time frame you're looking at. If price is above the 50 moving average, you're buying. If price is below the 50 moving average, you're selling. From there, that's trading with the trend. From there, you want to wait for a pullback, and then enter when the pullback has ended, when there's confirmation that the pullback has ended and the primary trend is resuming. And all of his strategies, or at least the 3 strategies documented here, although I think he has other strategies that also are operated from within this framework, they all sort of, that's the idea. He's using basic indicators to sort of define or flesh out or create a rules-based system for operating from within that paradigm. So the 50 simple moving average is how he gauges the trend. He uses Donchian channels, and RSI is something that he uses to measure pullbacks, and then he looks at candlesticks for when the pullback is entered and when it's time to resume. So all of his strategies are really simple, and I think he really communicates a lot of key information in addition to those strategies. He notes that people always, especially a lot of traders who are sort of new, they really want the strategy. They think the strategy is everything. Strategy is obviously a very important part, but if you don't have the psychology, if you don't understand the framework and the mindset you need to be in as a trader, it doesn't really matter. So the book is about 100 pages. He goes through all the key points. He provides 3 simple strategies for a price of $20. For those reasons, I think the book is pretty good. And definitely worth reading. If you're the kind of person that likes trading books and really wants to reinforce a lot of key concepts, this is something I recommend for the strategies alone. If you're looking for new strategies to implement, it's also something that I thought was interesting. That's about it. If you're not sure, or even if for whatever, it's also worth checking out the other free videos that we have on informed trades from Stephen Primo. The book is very similar. Like I mentioned, the book is very similar to those videos. So watching those videos will really give you an idea of his approach to trading, and a lot of the basic principles he talks about are things that I think traders can really benefit from. Definitely a lot of traders, one of the things he mentions in his book, overcomplicate things. He does a great job outstanding job in my opinion. In my opinion, this is one of my favorite things about his book, is that it's just simple. So he does a great job of keeping it simple, learning what to focus on, and then from there, once you know what to focus on, from there it's all about execution. That's about it. If you have any questions, anything you want to add, join us at informedtrades.com. Thanks and best of luck in your trading.